Matthew 5:11. Blessed are you, the Lord Jesus is saying, blessed are you when they revile and persecute you and say all kinds of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. Where you belong, heaven is your home. So as true believers, when you are being persecuted for the Lord's sake, why are you angry? Why are you upset? Why do you want revenge? But I'll say this, why are you shocked for a true believer to come and say, I forgive and I love that young man who stabbed me, he is my son? Why are you shocked? Listen, I belong to Christ, not to the world. My home is heaven, not earth. So therefore, the language of heaven is love. The language of heaven is forgiveness to those who have hurt you, persecuted you, gone against you, and tried to kill you. I will never be upset because this is heaven. God, Jesus Christ, who is God, brought heaven to earth and taught me the language of heaven, the way of heaven, and the uniform of heaven, and the life of heaven. It is naturally now, after being taught by the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, who is my King, whom I represent on this foreign land called the world. He taught me to love my enemy and to pray for those who persecute me and to forgive those who have hurt me. This is all I'm doing. What Christ has given me, I'm giving it to you to learn and understand. This is Jesus Christ, whom I love, I worship, and I follow. Very simple. So that young man is my son. This word comes from the bottom of my heart. If I see him again, I'll kiss the hand that stabbed me. I will. I don't just say it, I mean it. Because Jesus Christ is the truth, and the truth cannot lie like Satan. Cannot. The truth will always be the truth. The light will always be the light. It can never be darkness. There is no deception. There is no hypocrisy. There is no two ways about it. There is no mask being put on. The truth is as is, never changing. So I will kiss that hand that stabbed me, and I will say, you're my son. And I pray that you have nothing but the best of the best. I pray that Jesus Christ is your portion. Very simple. You hurt me? Yes. Because of this incident, I lost the right eye. This is prosthetic. I lost the right eye completely. It's not easy. But if you ask me, do I still love you? 100% I do. And I will always pray for you and for your family and for everyone like you, for the Lord to touch your heart and show you the way, my son, because you are my son. It's not me. It's this, sweetheart. Trust me. I don't learn out of thin air. I learn from my source, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Even in science, they say information must have a source, doesn't come out of thin air. So I received this information from my source. His name is Jesus Christ. If he never existed, why would I behave in this way? Think. Please think for a moment. If Jesus doesn't exist, why would I talk like that? Why would I behave in this way? Why would I say I love the one who just took my eye? You know why? Because the eye is not mine, it's the Lord's. And since it's the Lord's, no one can take it. It's very simple. It's preserved. For when the time comes, it'll be given back. You know, if every human being came to Jesus Christ, heaven is on earth. 100%. There will be no more fighting in Palestine and Israel. There will be no more fighting over land, over territory, over thrones. Even in the church, they are fighting. Church leaders going against each other for the sake of the throne. Division that happened in the church, the main reason for it is the throne, nothing else. The main reason. I won't say the only reason, but the number one reason was the throne. If church leaders were humble enough, if church leaders were true followers of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, there would not have ever happened a division in the church. Impossible. Because Jesus Christ is the King of peace. He came to unite, not to divide. Who divides? Satan, through his deception and lies, that old serpent that was crushed on Calvary. The Lord is love and unity. The Lord is mercy and humility. The Lord is light and prosperity. The Lord is life. We need to live it. The Lord is life. We need to live it. If everyone came to the Lord, there will be no need for misinformation bill to be passed or not to be passed. There wouldn't have been Corona. There wouldn't have been Corolla. There would have been only Lexus, my dear friend. Top of the range, baby. They started killing the cows because they are affecting the climate change. Not realizing cows have outlived them for thousands of years. So what happened to that climate since cows were in existence for thousands of years? Why is it now the climate all of a sudden is affected by the cows? I don't know who's defiling the climate. Is it the cows or the humans? Last thing, I'm going to ask you all, if you have already, that's wonderful, but you haven't, I'll ask you, and even if you have already, do it again and again and again. Pray for the Middle East. Pray for the people of Palestine and Israel. For the Lord Jesus to touch both sides' hearts and come to a realization where they embrace each other as much as possible, wherever is possible, and live in harmony as two neighbors living together. You know, it breaks my heart when I see a little child. I don't care, this child is a Christian, is a Muslim, is a Buddhist, is a Hindu, is an atheist. I don't care. This is a human being, period. When I see a little child crying because they lost both parents, for what? For some, whatever. Losing parents, crying, the whole family is gone, and this is unbearable. So enough killing, enough bloodshed. For what? For a piece of land that will be your grave at the end. What a geniuses you are. Fighting over the land that is nothing but a graveyard. The land is our graveyard, my beloved. This is the doomed reality. This is the harsh reality of every single human being. The land is nothing but a graveyard. If you're fighting over a land and making enemies because of that land, well done. You're a genius person. You've just buried yourself in that land. Buried yourself. But you see why we are entangled with all these materialistic things? The Son, we haven't come to know Him yet. And when you know the Son shall set you free. The Son shall set you free. I live in this world, but nothing controls me. I step on the land. I don't want it. I reject it willingly. You give me the wealth, I don't want it. You give me the fame, I don't want it. You give me whatever you give me. I don't want it. You know why? Because this is not my home. My home is heaven. And this heaven, his name is Jesus Christ. He is my heaven. He is my heaven. So you want to take the land, go for it, my dear friend. Congratulations. You just want yourself a graveyard. And a big one too. That will bury you and kill your family. Just like the health hazard said it. I pray, and let us all pray, and tonight light a candle for every Jewish person, and for every Palestinian person, and for every Lebanese person, and for every Syrian person, and for every Egyptian person, and for every Middle Eastern person. And pray, my beloveds, pray for the Lord to really shine forth on every heart, and on every soul, and on every household, and on every family, and every corner of this world, on every nation, on every place, country, for the Lord to shine up forth on those places, for them to realize there is only one way, and there is only one truth, and there is only one life, and his name is Jesus Christ of Nazareth. My goodness, we need the Lord so badly. We need the Lord so desperately. We need the Lord more than ever before, because the world has lost the plot. The world is living in absolute darkness. The world is morally corrupt, morally bankrupt. The world has no idea its right hand from its left hand. The world has called light darkness and called the darkness light. My goodness, Lord Jesus, have mercy on us all. Have mercy on us all. We are receiving very disturbing phone calls even from Lebanon. My goodness. It really breaks my heart. People are homeless, no food, no shelter, and winter is approaching. Winter is approaching there.